I'm enjoying this DLC. I like this one. This is a fun DLC with all the plant creatures. And it's been fun to run through it with the flame, the flame plasma caster. That's been fun. Because I have been using the Good Touch a lot this run. So it's good to have the plasma caster, which is like it's another flame SMG. Seems to be more powerful for what I'm doing.
Get out! Let's just get this out of the way. Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of
Yeah, plasma casters, yep. This is the first incendiary one I've had. I've had a shock one before. But not an incendiary one. And not a Maliwan one either. I had a Dahl one previously. Kind of interesting that you can get plasma casters with from different manufacturers. I guess that's like with the other E-Tech weapons as well. You get the same name with different manufacturers. Dahl's like the only brand you don't want. Yeah. I didn't really like the Dahl one. So I think we did go down here and pick up I think there's an optional mission down here we picked up. So there's not much else apart from ammo boxes down here. But I think the one I have now is a Maliwan one. Yeah, Maliwan one, and I've liked that one. Probably should actually buy some ammo before we continue. Well, it's just the assault rifle ammo that's a little bit low. Oh, that's okay. It's only the... Oh, here we go. So let's buy some assault rifle. It's just the assault rifle ammo actually. The rest is fine. Haven't really struggled for ammo so far. But yeah, generally I don't like the Dahl SMGs. I don't bother with those. Don't like the burst fire weapons. Another enemy up here. Retreat back here a little bit. This guy's got no shields. Keep forgetting this particular weapon has a nice big magazine size. These surgeons are very tanky. Guess I could have gone for this other surgeon here. Focus on one enemy at a time, take him out. They do seem to be the tankiest of these soldiers as the surgeons. Oh, he's still alive. I thought he was dead because he's just sitting there. This Brigadier. First I thought he might be dead and just the ragdoll was slumped against this cover. But he was still alive. Oh yeah, interesting thing about the electric chair, right? The lightning spikes that emerge from the impact, they also deal the same damage as the item card. So if you throw it well and it lands, for example, underneath an enemy's hitbox, throw at the feet, you may score some insane bonus damage. Okay, so the lightning spikes that emerge from the impact, they also deal... Oh, okay. So maybe I should actually play around with this a little bit more. Let's put it up, while we have an on level one, let's put this back on. Let's play around with this electric chair a little bit more. This makes the electric chair probably the most powerful grenade, even more so than the fastball. Oh, okay. I didn't realise it was so good. Lobbed Merv. Green Vladof. Sniper. But yeah, self damage, so make sure to hug the grog a bit if needed. Right. So I have to be careful of this one. Seems to have a very long range on it, very big range. Yeah, it was found out a bit after the DLC got released. Try this out. Well, it melted through that guy. And that one. So that grenade was enough to take those two guys out. Oh. That guy just snuck right out in front of me. I guess these guys do rely on shields quite a bit, so... Yeah, this grenade takes out these guys pretty well. Boy, these guys are just dropping out from everywhere. Oh, got hit by that sub grenade. I can take this guy out. Take this guy out with the gun. Something purple over here. What is this? A Vladof Flame Rocketeer. Now there's nothing actually interesting up this catwalk. Not even ammo boxes up there. It's a very impressive utility damage grenade. Very potent for dot healing due to abnormal radius. Yeah, it seems to have a very long range on it. Might as well make some use out of it now that I have one. There's a ton of enemies down here. That Legionnaire seemed to walk through the grenade, but then again, it's quite possible that I didn't have him slagged beforehand. make use of this Phaselock while I have it. And afterwards I can rely more on the grenades. Even just switching to grog for like a second should refill your HP to full. Yeah, I noticed that even the Phaselock's very powerful for that as well. If you have the grog nozzle on while you use a Phaselock, it instantly heals you up to full as well. Assume about 0.5 to 1 seconds between the nade landing on the ground and the spikes going off. And it works less well on airborne Phaselock targets, since less spikes will hit due to angles. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a fast way to heal up. If you have the grog nozzle on and then just do the Phaselock, heals you right up to full immediately. Okay, so it works less well on airborne targets. Grab this ammo before we continue. Quick swapping grog will give you a lot more time to do DPS. You can just press your grog key, get a full heal, press DPS key and obliterate things until you press a grog key again. Yeah. So you don't have to keep the grog equipped all the time. We have some more ammo boxes down the bottom here. Is there anything behind here? No. Just have a couple of these tendrils. I'm not sure if I can get a good angle. Oh, here we go. Now we got something.
Another one down.
So see what this guy dropped. He dropped a bunch of stuff. Now the frame you get health gated, you'll receive about 2 seconds of invincibility anyways. So if you can heal up within the next 2 seconds, the health gate will reset and you can do it again. Oh, I see. So you kind of get like a little invincibility thing rolling. If you can heal up full in those 2 seconds. So like the strong hits that set your HP bar to about 1% is health gating. So it's like one-shot protection, right. Basically any attack past OP5, right. They're pretty much getting one shot at that stage, or one shot without that feature.
But the spores I've discovered in these miners' lungs fill me with incalculable joy. Hector has promised he will retrofit this store facility with state-of-the-art equipment if I use my research to make Pandora more inhabitable. We've entitled our new endeavor Project Paradise.
Nice little garden end area there. Doesn't seem to be anything down there worth looking for. Okay, so if your health goes down to 0, you can just quickly flick over to the grog nozzle. Bandit corrosive launcher, just a green one. But yeah, if you find a nice trickster, all the bullets will be deflected at enemies anyways, excluding dots. You still take the dots, right? So you're still going to take that dot damage. I've been keeping an eye out for a nicer blue trickster.
There's an emergency console in that containment room. You can vent the remaining gas from there.
But yeah, kinetic reflection paired with an antagonist makes Maya a bulwark. Oh yeah, because you got the reflection from both things. Haven't really messed around with the reflection shields or skills. There's a few working builds until OP8. Afterwards, it's unfortunately just Trickster B or a legendary binder. Right. They're the only viable builds after that.
Very good. You can now proceed without being...
Okay, so Trickster is the powerful one of the non-legendary class mods.
Yes, all the armed guards. Please take
So
care
Trickster
of
and
the
B
vault.
or the legendary binder, right.
Decontamination complete.
So that makes me want to keep an eye out even more for one of those tricksters. Much more enemies around here. Oh, badass marksman, that's what it is.
Silence.
Watch out for these marksmen. Okay, those grenades did a good job clearing out that bunch of enemies. As powerful as a cleric, Tina DLC, or a cat in certain situations. Right. Yes, I did collect a few cleric class mods from the Tina DLC. But so the trickster can be just as powerful as those ones. It's interesting that you got a regular blue class mod that can compete with those other fancy ones. Dull shock sniper. Oops.
That is beautiful.
Didn't get to see what that purple shield was there. A spry turtle shield. I guess I should keep that one. Retire this other symmetrical turtle shield. That's only level 72. I tend to run legendary cat during peak mobbing quite a bit. For chain reaction procs, Trickster. For things like Dukino's mum, Cleric. You know, situational, right. So cat during peak mobbing, chain reaction for procs, Trickster for things like Dukino's mum. Yeah, so switching them around. But Trickster is very strong if you want to be lazy. Okay. So it's like an easy play style with the Trickster. Well, yeah, if you need a target to Phaselock for Trickster to proc, if there's just one big target like Dukino's, it's not going to proc. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. If you have skills that are relying on Phaselock to function, I guess that's an issue if you're facing just one boss by themselves. We have a ladder up to the catwalk there. See what's up here. Didn't find anything interesting from the other. Yeah, there's nothing up here either. So looks like the map developers didn't put anything interesting on these catwalks. It also won't proc on threshers, bosses, like the warrior or anything that does not get lifted by Phaselock. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that with the threshers. That is annoying. You try to use the Phaselock on the threshers. They don't get lifted up. They just go, when they go back underground, they seem to lose the Phaselock when they go back underground. This other echo. So that does make threshers quite tricky when you get swarmed by threshers with Maya. Stalker, green calipine. Ah, right, you already made that experience in Sawtooth, I guess. With the threshers. Yeah, the threshers. A lot of enemies are easier with Maya, but some of them, I guess, that are more resistant to the Phaselock can still be tricky, like the threshers. Particularly since the threshers tend to swarm you and overwhelm you quickly. Another surgeon. Still have a bunch of enemies here. Man, love the electric chair. It's very good against these soldiers because these soldiers really do swarm you. And they're very tanky too, particularly the surgeons. So these grenades really do a good job of softening up these soldiers. Particularly when they're in a big group. I'll just have a quick look back over here for some ammo. Keep my grenades going. It just looks so absurd, and the sound cue softening up, he says. Yep, absolutely. Not melt their innards, absolutely not. Yeah, it does. I guess because these are the soldiers all are shielded as well, so it does destroy their shields as well. So let's have a... Oh, we can't go back this way. At least not from here by the look of it. We have to go around.
Getting closer. Ah, the thrill of scientific progress. Stimulating, isn't it? You know, when this is all over, I think I might take your scientist up on her lascivious offers.
Looks like we have a little safe zone here with some shops.
Welcome to Dr. Zed's portable
White Witch class
What
mod,
can I get for you?
green shields,
Come on back anytime.
homing transfusion.
Goodbye, friend. If you shop anywhere.
Sort by type. So I have a couple of rocketeers here, 74. Maybe I'll just keep this flame on. Interesting thing, it can't spawn as a longbow, so you already have a perfect version of it, 0 fuse. Nobody knows why Gearbox locked it to lobbed, but I can imagine a longbow 0 fuse electric chair to be absolutely broken. Yeah, they're probably just trying to balance it a little bit so it's not too powerful. This is level 72, never used that. This injector, never used that either. We can get rid of those two. And this launcher, we don't need that. Keep the quad and the sledge's shotgun. Don't really need this shock SMG. Now we have the shock assault rifle, the E-Tech. And we can leave those things there.
Stay alive out there.
And we've got a loot chest underneath the stairs too. Classic place for a hidden item. So just a bunch of green and white items there. Now we have got some other weapons to try out. We could play around with. So instead of the plasma caster, let's just try this pitchfork. See what that does. They're both incendiary weapons. I guess so long as I don't get swarmed, the pitchfork will be okay. There's a ladder going down this way. That's the way we have to go anyway. So we might as well just go down here. Try not to fall off. There we go. So that's the echo that we need, a mission item. And a red loot chest here as well. Got some class mods, purple, scheming water. Another purple up here. Hellbinder. And a couple green ones. Unyielding Banshee. So that's it, turn that in from here. And this just takes us back down to where we were.
I'll let you in. Cassius, you book-reading son of a bitch, your services are no longer needed. Stand down.
Oh no, this is a new area.
I'm in the emergency containment room.
So am I doing an optional mission here? Echoes of the past. Okay, so this is an optional one. So we can turn this one in later. We'll just continue with the story mission.
Fear not, I absolutely escaped the effects of the gas, and I can assure you I am using absolutely quite disingenuously. That is where you will deposit your friend's blood sample. Now, scan the sample. The antidote will cause his spores to enter a remissive state.
Another problem of Trickster is it relies heavily on the bee. Right. So unless you can keep your bee up, you may lose most of your DPS in the blink of an eye. Okay, so you have to use it, the Trickster with the bee. Yeah, that does make it a little bit more awkward to use.
Your friend's blood was compromised by the decontamination chamber. I can fix this. Oh, I can fix this. It's no good. We will need another sample. There's no time.
Yes, bee's pretty situational in itself. If you're getting swarmed, particularly if you're getting swarmed by lots of minions in a boss fight, it's difficult to really make good use of the bee.
I'd hope to use the antidote on myself, but we need infected blood. So instead, I must make one final request. Kill me!
Okay, let's just swap out this pitchfork. We don't really need to be experimenting with new weapons for a boss fight, so let's just put
There's pros and cons to each.
a flame plasma caster back on. Oh yeah, but if you put your Phaselocks and the timing of shots right, hitbox overlapping due to converge, it's extremely devastating. Right. Yeah, the converge on the bosses, yeah. Yeah, if you know the right spots to shoot, I suppose, to get the effect from the converge. Let's try the Bearcat maybe.
Something's changing. My mind.
Stop!
Does like to jump around. Oh, he charges.
Hold it right there.
Okay, I didn't get hit by that lunge.
Please stop.
Wow, he drops a lot of stuff.
If you're hearing this, I am gone, but I have left oddly prescient instructions for synthesizing the antidote.
There's a legendary
First,
here. What is
collect
this?
my blood.
Rolling Thunder. I think this is the rubberized, isn't it? That's like the rubberized useless grenade. Longbow slag transfusion, 0.7 second fuse. So that fight was okay with the grenade and the Phaselock. He stayed slagged for a long time. For a boss.
Yes, yes. Now to the aptly named antidote machine. Quickly.
Zero would like. Sticky longbow. Oh, there's something else over here. Logan's gun. I guess that one's useful for creating rocket ammo, isn't it? Logan's gun. Quick shot. I was about to say, yeah. That's what I was using the Logan's gun for last time, was for rocket ammo. Wildcat class mod. So I've got our legendary cat class mod, so we don't need that. The high damage might deplete your shield quickly though. Oh yeah, that's right. So you're probably better off with a lower level one. Longbow slag transfusion. Yeah, I can see how the lower level one would be probably the more preferable if you wanted to recharge your rocket ammo. So I think we've looked at all of this stuff. That was, yeah. All right. So that fight wasn't too hard between the Phaselock and the grenades there. I was surprised how long he stayed slagged for a boss. Usually the bosses don't only stay slagged for a second or two, but he stayed slagged for a long time.
Just to be entirely clear. I love that sound.
But yeah, if you feel like you need one, you can always just put your zeros into the shared claptrap stash in Sanctuary. Yeah, Gearbox did weird things to things in this. Yeah, not conventional, that boss, as far as how long he stays slagged for.
His blood is as titillating as his mind. I will begin synthesizing the antidote immediately.
Yeah, that's an idea. I could just
Inside all of us.
take my
You did it, killer. Mordecai's gonna live.
take the one that I got from
Back our
Zero.
home.
That's right.
Sanctuary's still tethered to the facility. See you up top.
Wouldn't celebrate just yet, Raiders. The gas is ready.
I'm not really
Paradise is coming.
using
There's
launchers a
nothing you can
ton
do to stop it.
at the moment, so I don't really feel the need to
I never thought I'd say this,
to
but
generate ammo.
Pandora is fine the way it is. Oh, and if you're still here, Vault Hunter, you tell
Destroy
Hector
the
that
vine?
Cassius said, "Eat my farts." Oh no, tell him books are rad. Wait, I've got it. I've got it. I award him a medal for biggest douche rocket on Pandora. Point Cassius.
Oh, I got to melee the vine. I thought I might have to shoot it with an incendiary weapon. Oh, we got a loot chest down here. Generally loot chests hidden near boss areas. We just have pistols in that loot chest. In this red one we have grenades, sticky longbow slag transfusion, melee, homing corrosive singularity, a rubberized corrosive cloud. So that's a one-way trip, that fast travel. So I probably don't want to take that one-way trip back. So it just goes to show it is worth, just because you're fighting a boss doesn't necessarily mean that slag is useless. It's worth experimenting with the slag just to see how long they stay slagged for. Maybe it's just something unique to this particular DLC. Maybe the other ones, the bosses, don't stay slagged for very long. Looking forward to the Hector fight. That was a really difficult fight when I was doing it with Zero. And in the end, I just got lucky with a lucky bore shot that took his health all the way down and killed him. But that was really the way that I killed Hector last time was just a lucky bore shot. Other than that, it was struggling with that fight. And I didn't quite understand that you had to shoot the flowers too. So I was just shooting Hector there, not realising that you need to target the flowers first. So maybe this time, now that I know that you have to shoot the flowers first, I can probably do a better job with that fight.
Good luck.
In theory, you could bore him with chain reaction and be pimp, but you'll be fine. You're Maya, right? So it'd be easier with Maya. Yeah, a lot of the fights tend to be easier with the Phaselock. Like that boss fight was certainly easier with Maya than it was with Zero. There's an infected Colossus there.
Stop struggling. Enough.
There's more enemies down here. There's a ton of enemies down there. I was going to switch weapons over, but that's okay. I'll keep the weapons that I have. Oh, I still have this. I still have the Bearcat on that I never ended up using. I'll put the shock blaster back on here. Let's just try the grenade.
Shut up.
That is an impressive looking grenade.
Silence.
Careful when aiming with the chair, you want to throw it like directly underneath the enemy, right? So that he walks on it as the spikes emerge about 0.5 seconds later. Yes, okay, so try to aim for the feet. Right, so that's the perfect time to do it. Seems to be a loot chest up there. Let's get this loot chest before I forget about it. And in this loot chest we have shields. 1 green spike shield and 2 white ones. It's a bit tricky, but definitely a strong DPS burst once you get used to it. Nomads and Goliaths absolutely hate it. Hello, Armor Shelt. I'm doing very well, thank you. Been playing around with this electric chair grenade that we got yesterday. Or 2 days ago. So that's been interesting to mess around with that electric chair grenade. That's a good grenade. Yeah, it's been very useful against these groups of soldiers.
Stay still. And stay.
So we have an area down here, but I think we could also enter from above here as well. I'm stuck on the ladder here. Oh no, we can't. That was a dead end. I thought that maybe that was an alternate entrance as well. So I'm tempted to try the toothpick here, or pitchfork.
You gotta stop Hector. A bunch of trees and breathable air and flowers on Pandora. It's not right, I tell you. That ain't what Studer would have wanted.
Get some use out of this pitchfork.
Calm down.
Now, 1 burst was enough for that surgeon. There, okay, they're the perfect throw, right? So that's where you want to place it. Poor surgeon just got turned into dust particles. Yeah. Which is good, because those surgeons are very tanky back there.
Expected.
This tendril's still alive. Oh, he's dead now. So this pitchfork certainly burns through the ammo very quickly.
Which is superior?
Put the plasma caster back on. It was the one that ran from right to left in direction of the box on the floor. You threw it in his path, so he got caught in the detonation. Yeah, because he got that slight delay before all the other bits of the grenade go off. What do we have down here? Bunch of stairs down there. So it looks like that's the way we have to go, is down those stairs.
That was awesome! Free!
Still one enemy left.
Please stop.
Legionnaire. You can abuse enemy behavior, like if a psycho does a roll to dodge a bullet, throw the chair preemptively so that he rolls into the blast. It's hilarious. Yeah, it is very annoying when the enemies roll away, so it would be good to actually use that against them. Yeah, that would be a pretty nice way to do it, actually. Got an ammo box way over here. And not much else. That would be actually a nice little trick to see someone do that. Throw the grenade right as they roll away. Time that well. So we can go down there or across here. Might just have a look down. This seems like it might be a secret little area. Oh, it is. We've got a couple of loot chests down here. I was wondering what was down these stairs. Maliwan Slag SMG. Torg assault rifle, just green ones. Melee shield. Well, yeah, you can estimate the position where the enemy returns to his normal attack animation frame. Aim your crosshair where his head's going to be. Yeah, you can get. I can see how you could get really skilled using grenades like that. I might just take a quick break. I'll be right back.